Hello, dear kids. I hope you all are fine. Okay, welcome back to the e learning class of English. Today, I am going to teach you two new lessons from your Cornerstone Grammar and Skills book. So, starting with our first topic, we are going to look at chapter number 9, Noun, Gender. As you have already learned that the noun is the name of person, place, animal or thing. So, what is a gender? Gender is a category of nouns. Every noun indicates whether a person, animal or thing we are talking about is a male, a female or none of them. So, on the basis of this, we have divided the gender into 4 types in English language, and they are masculine gender, feminine gender, common gender, and the last one is neuter gender. Let us learn about them one by one. But before that, look at the following sentences. There are 2 sentences. The first is, Krishna is a boy, he is my brother. And the next is, Swati is a girl, she is my sister. Now, you have noticed the highlighted words. There are 4 words written with red color, which are boy, brother, girl and sister. Now, as you all know that boy and brother are the words used for males. Similarly, girl and sister are the words used for females. So, the nouns that stands for males are said to be in the masculine gender. Look in your screen. You can see here some examples. That is horse, king, monk, bullock, ram, tailor, wizard, drone, etc. These are the examples of masculine noun. Now moving on to the next one, nouns that stand for females are said to be in the feminine gender. Okay, for example, queen, nun, witch, etc. I hope masculine and feminine gender is clear to everyone. Now, look at the following sentences. Mrs. Das is a teacher. Mr. Das is a teacher too. Here, the word teacher can stand or use both for Mr. Das and Mrs. Das. So, here, the word teacher is common for both male and female. Therefore, nouns that can be used for both males and females are said to be in the common gender. For example, here you can see doctor, student and player. By listening to the word doctor, can you identify it's a male or a female? No, you cannot identify. A doctor can be male or female. Exactly in the same way, a student can be a boy student or a girl student. Similarly, a player can be a male player or a female player. So, the nouns that can be used for both males and females are said to be in the common gender. Now, kids, remember that the nouns in the common gender are living things. Look at the following sentences. Sujit has a ball, Ria has a book. Here, ball and book are non-living things. Such nouns come under neuter gender. So, the nouns that are neither male or female are said to be in the neuter gender. For example, car, table, boat, tree, house, etc. So, I have already explained you all the 4 types of gender. Now, let's recapitulate it. So, first one is masculine gender. Masculine gender denotes a male gender of person, animal, insect, etc. Next is feminine gender. It denotes a female gender of person, animal, bird, etc. The third one is common gender, a noun that may be masculine or feminine but not neuter. Neuter gender denotes a lifeless thing. Neuter means it is neither male nor female. And one more important thing which you need to remember is gender of common and neuter noun cannot be changed. In real world, both masculine and feminine gender are already existing, and accordingly the English language has masculine gender nouns and feminine gender nouns to represent each one of them. Now here I have shown a chart in which you can find the genders in masculine form as well as feminine form, like actor, actress. Okay, in the same manner, the next one is the author, authoress, bachelor, spinster. So kids, go through this chart. Now, I hope you will be able to define and identify the types of gender of nouns, as well as you will be able to use appropriate gender nouns in the sentence. So, moving on to the next topic, which is chapter 10, nouns possession. First, let's understand what do you mean by the word possess. The word possess means own or have. Suppose if I say I possess a house. So here it means that I own or have a house. Similarly, if I say Risha possesses a car, it means Risha owns or has a car. So, a possessive noun is a word that shows that someone owns or has something. I hope the definition is clear to everyone. A possessive noun is a word that shows that someone owns or has something. Now, look at the following sentences. Sentence number 1 is, the ball belongs to the boy. Now, ask the question, whose ball is this? You will get the answer, boy. It means boy here is the owner of the ball. To make it a possessive noun, add an apostrophe s after the word boy to show the ownership. Therefore, the sentence, the ball belongs to the boy, can be written as the boy's ball. Next sentence is, the book belongs to the girl. Again you ask the question, whose book is this? Answer will be girl. So here it means that girl is the owner of the book. So in order to make it a possessive noun, what you have to do, you have to add an apostrophe s after the word girl to show the ownership. Therefore, the sentence, the book belongs to the girl, can be written as the girl's book. So children, did you notice anything? Yes, we have noticed that an apostrophe plays a very important role in forming possessive nouns. Let's see some general rules to form possessive nouns. Rule number 1. To change a singular noun to a singular possessive noun, add an apostrophe s after the singular noun. Now check this. The first word Boy is a singular noun. So, in order to form a singular plural noun, here all you have to do is add an apostrophe s. So, it will become boys. You can say boys' purse, boys' bag, boys' pen, etc. And such like the student is a singular noun. So, in order to form a singular plural noun, here you have to add an apostrophe s. So, what it will become? It will become students. So, you can write that students' bus, students' class, etc. Moving on to some more example. Here, look at the following sentences. The water bottle belongs to Karan. Here in this sentence can be written as this is Karan's water bottle, because here who is the owner? Same as I have explained you previously. First, what you have to ask, that whose water bottle is this? You will get the answer Karan. So it means here Karan is the owner of the water bottle. So to make it a possessive noun, what you have to do? You have to add apostrophe s after the word Karan. So it will be this is Karan's water bottle. The next sentence, this purse belongs to my mother. So in this sentence, who is the owner? The owner is the mother. So in order to convert this sentence into singular possessive noun, what you have to use? You have to use apostrophe s after the word mother. So the sentence can be written as this is my mother's purse. Now rule number 2. To change a singular noun ending in s to a singular possessive noun, add an apostrophe after the singular noun. Like here, the example, look at the example. Mr. Das owns this house. Here, whose house is this? Mr. Das. As the last letter of the word is S. So what you have to do is, you just have to put the apostrophe after the word S, after the letter S. You don't have to use apostrophe S. When a word is ending with S, what you have to do? You have to simply put the apostrophe after the word. So, the sentence can be written as Mr. Das' house. Next question. The pink dress belongs to the princess. So, whose dress it is? The answer is princess. So, in order to convert it into singular possessive noun, what you have to do? Here, the word is already ending with S. So, you just have to add an apostrophe after that. So, the sentence is, the princess dress is pink. Now, moving on to the next rule. Rule number 3. To change a plural noun ending in S to a plural possessive noun, add an apostrophe after the plural noun. The plural form of cats is cats. So, in order to convert it into possessive form, what you have to do, as this word is already ending with the letter S, you simply have to put apostrophe after the word. So, it will be cats apostrophe. Teachers, it will become teachers apostrophe. Ladies apostrophe. So, it can be ladies' purse, ladies' parties, etc. Now, look at the following sentences. The dresses of the girls are beautiful. So, here the owner of the dresses are girls. So, the sentence can be written as The girls' dresses are beautiful. Another example, the parents of my friends were invited for the party. Now, the answer will be my friend's parents were invited for the party. Now, moving on to the last rule, which is rule number 4. To change a plural noun to a plural possessive noun, add an apostrophe s after the plural noun, such as children. The word children is not ending with s. So here, in order to make it possessive noun, you will add apostrophe s and it will become children's, and you can use it children's book or children's toys, etc. In the same manner, men, the possessive form of men will be, possessive noun for men will be men's, such like dear, dears. Now, look at the following sentences. That shop is good for clothes of women. This sentence will be written as that shop is good for women's clothes. Moving on to the next sentence. The mother of the children is pretty. So, in order to convert this sentence into possessive form, possessive noun, it will be written as the children's mother is pretty. I hope this is clear too. The rules are clear to everyone. So now, kids, remember that we do not use the possessive form for non-living things. Okay? We are never using the possessive form apostrophe s for non-living things. When we are talking about non-living things, we are using the word of. Okay? Like if I say the paper's color is white, this is a wrong sentence. The sentence is incorrect. The correct sentence is the color of the paper is white. Next, the house's windows is broken. This is an incorrect sentence. The correct sentence for this is the windows of the house is broken. So remember that we do not use the possessive form for non-living things, and we are using the possessive form for living things. But the apostrophe is also used with nouns to show time, space or weight. Okay, the apostrophe is also used with nouns that show time, space or weight. For example, a day's holiday, a week's rations, 3 months' time, 1 year's experience, etc. Here the words are showing time, space or weight. That's why we have used the possessive noun. I hope this chapter is clear to everyone and you all will be able to define possessive noun as well as form a singular and plural possessive noun. Thank you, kids. Try to solve the exercises by your own, and if you will have any doubt, you can clear your doubts during the live session. Complete your work on time. Have a good day.